What's up, guys? I'm Artistry Lisa G, and we're gonna do a tape-in reinstall with using DonnaBella tape-ins. So as you can see, I'm taking these bad boys out, but I am using my DonnaBella strand organizer to take them out and place the sandwiches with each other, so that way I don't forget who goes with who, because you know when they're cut and they're custom and whatever. But either way, use your DonnaBella stranding organizer because it is incredible for keeping your mind in order. But guys, so I like to call myself a solution-based service provider because, well, this tape install isn't really common. You guys will see when I reinstall them that the placement's a little funky, and that's the design behind it. We're creating a faux shag, faux mullet type deal, and we also have 2 pops of bright blonde to just adds a little bit of fun to her hair. But yeah, come with me to do that. Oh, here's my little hack for you. So as soon as you take off the extension, take off the tape. I used to do it afterwards, but it's a pain in the butt, so just take it off immediately, and then what I do is I stick it on the very end, and then I just use my rat tail comb to get it off my finger. Super duper easy, and it just sticks to the metal on the strand organizer. Okay guys, so I gotta put you on to probably the best tape-in dissolver I've ever worked with in my entire life. It is the DonnaBella Bond Remover Spray. You spray it on, and I'm not kidding you, it almost like instantly takes away the stick. Even my client, she was even blown away because she's had tape-ins for a while. She was like, oh my gosh, like this is coming out so easily. I'm like, yeah, dude, I know. I've never worked with a bond remover that is that easy. So I just spray it on, let it sit for literally a couple seconds, and it comes right out of the hair. And a perk about this is it doesn't pull any of the hair, so it literally releases it, and you just spray it on your fingers. If your fingers get a little too sticky, and it comes right off. I'm so serious that this dissolvent is absolutely incredible. Now it's time for the best part of the service, the head wash. So I'm going to start off with the Malibu Un-Do-Goo. This is a pH of 9, so this is really going to clarify and get anything that's in her hair. Dander, sweat buildup, dirt, grease, yesterday's newspaper, whatever it is, it's coming out. I'm going to get her all washed up, starting with lukewarm water, making sure that it's not burning her little scalp. Getting about 2-3 pumps on that bad boy, emulsifying in my fingers and scrubbing the heck out of her head. Of course, not too hard, but definitely enough to scrub away any of the stress. And I love using Un-Do-Goo because it's good for removing any extra leftover adhesive. But my guest had a slight red tint to her hair, and we really wanted it to match the extensions a little bit better. So I just went in and swatched the extensions with the Kenra Professional N series, and we figured out that she's about a 4N. The extensions are about a 4N. So we're going to mix the 4N Demi-permanent because she does have gray hairs, and I do like her gray hairs. I really just want the overall color of her hair to not be so warm. So I mixed that 4N Demi at a 1:2 ratio because mixing Kenra at a 1:2 ratio gives you true toning abilities. Mixing at a 1:1 will give you gray blending, which is not necessarily what I'm looking for. So again, mixing at a 1:2 ratio is going to give me that true toning, which is exactly what we were looking for. I decided to use the 4N because it does have a natural reflection. I'm trying to make this look as natural as possible, that she doesn't have extensions. And again, I just wanted to kind of neutralize some of the little bit of warmth that she had from an old color that she had did forever ago. Kind of gave her this like kind of redhead appearance. It was kind of funky. But either way, I'm just using my hands and I'm putting it all over because again, I'm not looking to really do anything with her gray hair. I just want an overall appearance, so I'm just kind of lightly putting it all over her head. I'm going to smudge into her root just a little bit, but not enough to really make any effects onto her natural little gray strands, silver glitters of hair. I wrapped her up and let her process for about 20 minutes, then I rinsed her out, put a little bit of K18 in her hair, and now it's time to blow dry. One of the things that I absolutely love about Kenra's Demis is that makes the hair literally so shiny and just so beautiful every single time. I love Kenra's Demis. But anyway, so yeah, I'm giving her a fresh little blowout. I love using my Ibiza brushes because they are boar bristle and they just get rid of any frizz, anything that's wrong with the hair. It gets rid of it. I love using the Ibizas because it gives you a lot of tension and again gives you that shine, no frizz. I could just keep repeating myself because of how much I love it. But yep, giving her a nice little sexy blowout before we reinstall these beautiful tapes. So again, to kind of recap what we were talking about at the beginning of the video, this install is not your traditional tape-in install. I am a solution-based provider, so I really just look to provide solutions to problems. This particular guest has really fine hair. She cut it off. She kind of regretted it. So what you're about to see is not a very unique placement of tape-ins. But how I like to typically install them is by placing the first tape on top, pushing down, and then flipping up and adding the other extension underneath. So as you can see, I'm doing a two-tone, and I'm doing the darker on top with the blonde underneath. Just gives her a cute little pop, and yeah. Rule of thumb when it comes to installing tapes like this is you want to make sure you can fit a finger in between the root and the top of the extension when you first install them. You don't want to cause any harm to the scalp. You don't want it to be too tight. So by doing this, you're not going to cause any harm, and it's going to grow out better. So that way they don't have any hairs tugging or miscellaneous hairs kind of entering the extension area. But with this install, I'm not really following the typical bricklaying pattern, which I usually do. Again, I'm just kind of filling in holes, kind of feeling the head, remembering where she wanted length and where she had a lot of fineness, and just kind of basing it off of that. Because you gotta remember, shags aren't really meant to have rhyme and reason. They're meant to be fun and funky and fun-loving. So again, this install definitely represents the fun, funky, fun-loving type of install based off of the sectioning that you guys are gonna see. Right here, you guys are going to be able to see how fine her hair actually is. She has a ton of density in the back of her head, but not so much around her face. And because she naturally wears her hair kind of wavy, kind of curly, this type of install is perfect for her because I'm able to kind of spot treat and treat areas individually versus kind of doing like a massive install like a hybrid weft, which we love doing. But again, for this type of project, this is why I like to use tape-ins for this. Once I do kind of like what I call the foundational pieces, I'll then take any extra pieces that I have and kind of place them wherever I feel like there's holes or where there's too much depth in certain areas that maybe need some filling or just need added length, added depth, something, doesn't matter. But the extensions themselves, they are color 1B and color 80. Again, we're just kind of having fun with this and doing some pops of blonde, but majority of it is all dark. You guys can see her natural gray sparkles in this, which is why I didn't want to cover them up because they're so fun. We're going to finish this bad boy off with one of my favorite freaking products on earth, Hot Spray by Kemra. It has a thermal protection as well as a high hold of 20. And since it's non-aerosol, it doesn't really get too sticky. And it helps to give your hot tools a clean release. So I love using this for any type of styling. It's fantastic for extensions too. But as you can see here, I'm just kind of giving her some texture, kind of giving her some waves, pushing them different directions, making sure that everything blends, and just giving her that really whimsical, kind of lived-in shag type of style. I'm using the Hot Tools 1.25 inch curling iron. It's a clamp curling iron, and I'm really just trying to give her some bentness and some texture. There's some finishing her off a little bit of texture spray, and look at that. Look how freaking fun. She really loves how piecey, and honestly, she really likes kind of how stringy it gets too. But this is the final result. What do you guys think? Let me know. Isn't that so fun? Hair extensions are literally the funnest things ever. Yes, funnest is a word.